All right, this is a question we get asked so many times. What is the difference between PR and IR?
Yeah, really good question. So as you might know in-house, I sit on the IR side, but we have a public relations department that's, fairly big. In my opinion, and this might surprise some people, I actually don't think there's a lot of differences. I actually think that the biggest difference between IR and PR is the audience that you're targeting. And so in IR, obviously you're targeting in the investment community, investors all the way, the retail investors all the way up to the largest institutions. That's our audience. That's how we pitch. That's the story we're telling. On PR, it's obviously targeted towards the media professionals to get media hits and all of that. But when you really drill down into the strategy is the same. Much of the pitch is the same. It's a story. Um, and I think it's less of the difference and more of the value of IR and PR being integrated. And so the way we look at IR and PR is two different teams telling the same story, going to two different audiences, but actually the end result when it's integrated should actually maximize ROI. Because the reality is investors on this side are reading what the media is writing or broadcasting about the company. And they're so intertwined together that actually, if you do it correctly and you integrate the two, that's how these companies maximize ROI and exposure for the public company and the stock, frankly.
It's like if you just focus on IR, you might get investors interested, but if you don't have the support of PR, they might go, "Ah, this thing's going to be potentially a dud." So that's why you need them both together.
I totally agree. I don't think they operate well in isolation. Again, getting back to, the pieces of the puzzle, I think you need an IR strategy. I think you need a PR strategy, and I think you need a social media strategy as well. In a perfect world, if money was not an issue and there were no budget, which there is, obviously, you need to do all of that, right? And you need and they need to be speaking with one another, right? You can't have one agency doing one thing, another agency doing another, and they never communicate or know what the other side is doing. Having that integrated approach is super, super critical. It saves you on money, but then it's more efficient over time. So again, so you maximize ROI by doing it that way, at least in my opinion.